Good morning, everyone. I don't know where that came from. Excuse me. I hope everyone's having a good morning. I know I sound kind of sick. I'm not. I'm just, I don't know, drowsy. Even though I've been up for a little bit. I've been up for a couple hours, but I don't know. There's something about the weekend that makes you super drowsy. Hello. Alright. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember what I was cooking. What were we doing? Okay. Cool. And I gotta remember on this game file I've only got my one chef. Okay. Let's leave. Actually, let me check something real quick. Because I think. Or I need to check what was left on this thing. Fennel slivers. Okay. Which I think before we left last time, yeah, I changed the menu to satisfy that other stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and order our stuff this morning.
What do you need?
Let us see here. Oh, wait. Looks like we have 2 of those. There we go.
Consider it delivered, chef.
But yeah, it's feeling lazy on the weekend. Everyone's doing good. I was gonna say Spirit should be here shortly to hang out with us and mod. Hopefully we get some more people in to hang out with us as well. Hopefully I've got that music turned down enough. I believe I do. The music's weird in this game because sometimes I'll get, which it's those ones that don't affect you, but sometimes I'll get weird copyright hits on YouTube. Not the ones where you get a strike, but the ones that are like, oh, they've allowed this music to be used on they've allowed this music to be used on the internet or something like that. I'm gonna mute the music though. Yeah, because I barely have it on anyway, so we'll just go ahead and turn it off. Oh, let's see.
The delivery is here.
Woo. Okay, we've got 2 knowledge points. Cool. Okay. So we've got that ready. Groceries are ready. Let's go ahead and load up our... Oh, really? That's unfortunate. That makes me feel bad for everyone. That's interesting. I wonder why that game in particular. Because surely it's not, well, I would assume it's not Disney games in general, because we've played Dreamlight Valley on here and not gotten any issues. So I wonder what it is about that game in particular. I just realized I think I've muted all the sound effects as well. Hopefully I haven't muted the cooking sounds. I'm okay with those. We'll have to check. But that's interesting. I wonder why that is. Which I know that's an older game, but that's definitely an odd move in my opinion, because why wouldn't you want people playing your game? I guess so. That's very interesting. Because it's clearly not all their games. Which would be unfortunate.
Hello.
Oh. We have a visitor. Okay. Ta-da. Okay. Yeah, Disney's weird when it comes to like copyright stuff because it seems like some stuff they're really hard on, and some stuff I don't want to say they don't care. That's not the right word, but some stuff they won't bother with, and then other stuff they're like, nope. Yes, because I have that setting enabled. I noticed that when I played the first time. Ugh. If only there was like a program or something where you could use it on any game. So those games that don't have like a streamer mode built in, you could just, you know, activate the program and it would automatically put the game into streamer mode, mute music, whatever, and just do it all for you. All right. Yep.
I don't know what to work on.
Yeah, I think I've accidentally muted the sound effects. We'll see when we start cooking here. But, hold on just a second. Let me look at what I messed with again. Well, there's sound effects. I don't have sound effects muted, do I? I can't remember which of these symbols means on and which means off. I would assume the circle means on and the eye means off. So I don't have sound effects muted. How strange. Okay. Sir, do you need some stuff to do? I believe you need some stuff to do.
You know me well. I love that ingredient.
Let him chop that. So he can
Yes,
start
chef.
fulfilling his, Okay, let me put that back on again real quick. I just want to see... Uh-huh. Oh no. That's awful. I wonder if there's a like not just Disney, but in general. I wonder if there's like a list of is there a list of games where you know if you'll get a copyright strike? Because that would be very pertinent information to know if there's some games that some companies don't want you to play. That's unfortunate. I'm glad that that game was never on my list of possibilities. Not that there's anything wrong with it, mind you, but I just never had an interest in that one in particular. What am I getting? How unfortunate. There we go. It's like, wait, I need the fish. We need the fish. That is interesting. I really wonder about that. That is an interesting logistic that I am intrigued by. I'll have to like investigate that because now I'm curious as to why that is. Okay. how long have I been playing this game? Probably a couple years, I would say. I'm obviously not a couple years ahead on this file because I'm playing it on Steam. I normally play this on Xbox. Um, so I'm not super
You know
duper
I can
far
help out, right?
ahead on here, but probably a couple years, I think.
Right away, chef.
Sir, I need you to quit
You
complaining
know I love prepping fish.
about the stuff I give you to do. I know you want to do certain stuff. I understand. Oh yeah, what seasoning does this need? It needs this one. Okay. I mean, I think it is if you like cooking games. You know, so if you like the process of like going through, which you can see playing on here, hello. If you like the process of going through the motions of cooking and stuff like that, I would say absolutely. It really depends on if you like this kind of thing. Because I know there's some people that is not, uh, it's not their vibe. Yeah, and see, me too. I don't do it as often as I would like, but I like cooking and I like food things and stuff like that. I'm also one who likes like simulator games in general, so I would say if you like cooking and you like simulator games, that this would probably be worth it for you. Um, because I like it. The controls are easy to understand. Because I've had a couple like cooking simulator esque games that I've played before where the controls are just not good, or stuff doesn't work right, whatever the case may be. But I think it is. I think it's worth it. I don't know if it's. I haven't looked or played it on Xbox in a while, so I don't know if it's free on there or not, or if you play Xbox. But if it is, if it's on Game Pass or something, I would definitely recommend, like, if you're able to, you can definitely try it out before you buy it. But that was an extra story that I didn't need to do. But I would say so. I would say it's worth it if you like those things, because I enjoy it. Bloop, 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 bloop. And we already seasoned, so don't gotta worry about that. Because there was one, oh man, I can't remember what game it was. It was another cooking simulator, but the controls were very springy, is the only way I can think of to describe it. Like, they were very touchy. So, like, if you went, like, a smidge too far or something, it would, it would not work right, or it would go over.
Do you need my help for anything?
And, it's very hard to use. You can play with a controller. It does say on here, which I have not encountered any of that yet. If you play on here, or if you go to the game page on here, it will say that it's partially able to be played on controller. So it'll say something like, what was the wording? It says something like some glyphs may show incorrectly and you might have to use a keyboard or mouse, but I have not had that happen to me yet. So I'm assuming it may happen every once in a blue moon, but I've not had it occur to me yet. So if there are any incorrect glyphs or symbols, it must be very minimal because I've not had a problem yet. Because, yeah, I prefer it with a controller because since I'm used to playing it on a console, it's just easier for me to handle. I
don't have anything to do.
Spirit, are you getting ready to start work for the day? I assume. You got your coffee and your breakfast? I had to eat breakfast this morning. We ate once yesterday at like 1, I think. And that was all either of us ate yesterday. I'm shocked that I wasn't colossally starving. But I was like, I'll eat some breakfast. Mm-hmm. And you guys still okay with going on our adventure today? If so, I will try to come over like right after you get off work. Can I just say, and I think we talked about it last time we played, and I had this dish unlocked. I find this one so odd that you would like roll a fish like this.
I need a challenge.
Because obviously you're going to have to cut it apart to eat it. It just seems like a weird process. A weird finesse, if you will. But yeah, not that I plan to, back to the Disney game thing, not that I plan to play a heck of a lot of Disney games, but yeah, I'll have to see if there's a list somewhere about that, since there's that problem with the Epic Mickey game, because I don't want anything cracking down on me because I choose to play a game from Disney or something. Because luckily Dreamlight Valley seems safe, but if it's ever any older games or something, I would hate for that to crack down on me. Oh, okay. That one doesn't have temperature control. Excellent. Alright. 2. Oh, goodness. We've gotten another... I've gotten
Know
behind.
What I can do, so feel free to get me working on something.
There we go. Ta-da! Okay. I feel bad because I'm just giving him stuff to
Working with
do.
an ingredient is so fun.
Well done,
I'll
Chef.
do my best,
That looks
Chef.
great.
Okay. Actually, I'll go ahead and take one of those. We can collect all the other stuff. Oops, that we need. There we go. Got that. Time to flower the soul. Pick up our other seasoning here.
I'm available if you need anything.
There we go. Go ahead and clean this out. It sounds like really quiet in here, doesn't it? Now that I've turned the music off completely. Which is weird to me because I did not have the music that high. But yeah, like I debated speaking of the Disney games again, like I debated playing Kingdom Hearts maybe at some point, so I'll definitely need to investigate that because I don't want to get a strike on YouTube. Because as anyone who's been watching for a bit knows, all our videos also go to the YouTube channel.
You know what I can do, so feel free to get me working on something.
So we definitely don't want to get a strike that is a strike to the channel on the YouTube channel, because that would be terrible. Also, I'm really upset to see, because someone told me months ago, like, the trick, you know, if you're not an affiliate yet, which we're so close, it's just our chat engagement that's not hit the mark yet. But, someone told me months ago, like, a trick you could do to keep videos on your channel if you can't, like, keep videos up like you can when you're an affiliate. And it was to do highlights. You could highlight your whole video. So that's what I've been doing for months now. And they've apparently put in a new rule that takes effect, I think, in March, like the end of March, that you can only have a certain number of hours of highlights on your channel before you max out. And it gives you a little indicator so you can see how much you have, which sucks because
Available if you need anything.
that means we won't be able to do endless highlights. So I guess what I'll have to do is go in and I guess I'll have to go in and take some older highlights off, I guess, and make room for new ones since there's not going to be unlimited space anymore. I wonder why they did that. Like, I'm really curious, because who is that hurting to let people have endless highlight videos on their channel?
I'll take it to the table.
Like, I genuinely don't understand.
I love cooking that.
Like, I'm very much, saddened by that development, because I don't understand who that's hurting. So maybe there's something I just don't understand about why they would do that. That's okay. Like, if you look on my Twitch channel currently, since I'm not affiliate yet, I don't have, like, videos stay on my, like, when I stream, they'll stay for like a week and then they disappear. Well, someone told me months ago, like, this little trick that I didn't know, whereas you can do like highlights, and the highlights will let you highlight the entire video. So it was a way for me to keep my
I need a
videos
challenge.
on the channel for you guys longer, even though I'm not affiliate yet and I'm not able to store them. It was a way for me to, like, store them on my channel, so if you're someone that watches me that doesn't go to YouTube, you could watch them on here. Well, they're enacting a rule at the end of March that you can only have a certain number of hours of highlights stored on your channel at any given time. It's no longer unlimited. So I won't be able to keep all of my videos highlighted anymore. So I guess I'm going to have to go in and, like, delete some of the older highlight videos to make room for the newer ones. And I just find that very unfortunate, because why did they change that? I just find that silly that they suddenly were like, "Oh, we're gonna make it where it's a max number," which hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get the chat engagement up to the average we need, and it won't be too much longer, and I'll be affiliate, and it won't matter as much. But still, like, who is that hurting? To let people have endless highlights on their page. I don't understand why they felt the need to put in, a limit of the number of hours of highlights you can have on your channel. But I don't make the rules, so it's just very sad and unfortunate, because that's a neat little trick if you're not affiliate. It's a neat little trick to be able to, like, keep your videos on your channel longer than a week, for people to see if they don't follow you on other platforms, or if you don't post your videos anywhere else. So, yeah, that's sad. Which, luckily, I'm not close to maxed out yet, so it's going to be a hot minute before we have to start deleting, but it's unfortunate. Especially considering, like, I will probably be a bit
I don't have
picky,
anything to do.
because there's some games that I've played on here that I haven't played again, so I would like the highlight videos to stay up if they're there, and then there's some games that we play a lot that it's like, oh, well, not that big of a problem if the highlight videos of some of those have to come down. So I'm going to have to pick accordingly, I guess. Sir, you have got to stop, like, looking all sad. It's really getting on my nerves. We have, on this channel, we have almost all the parameters. Literally the only one that we're missing is the chat engagement. That's it. It's like an average of, I think, 3 or something like that, and we're always right below it, because we have enough followers, we have enough days streamed, we have enough hours streamed.
I can help out,
So
right?
literally that's the only thing this channel is missing, is the chat engagement, which is unfortunate for me, but I get it, because I'm a smaller streamer. I don't have a lot of chat engagement with a lot of people at once yet, so that's what's difficult. you know, because I have people that follow me, but some people only pop in sometimes. Some people have followed me and they've never popped back into a stream at all, which I appreciate the follow regardless, but that means we're not getting any chat engagement off of them, so it's tough. And I don't know if it counts if your moderators are in your chat chatting. I don't know if they count towards the average or if they do not count because they're not regular viewers. I'm not entirely sure about that one. But yeah, that's literally the only condition that we haven't met is the chat engagement average of 3. I don't know either. I'll have to ask Prometheus if he knows about that. Because if moderators don't count, then we definitely are not close. I feel like you probably do count, but yeah. But yeah, that's all we're working on is just chat engagement. If we can, manage to have a couple more people in here chatting with us. Mm-hmm. If we can get a couple more people in here regularly to chat with us the 2 days we're streaming, then. And we also, it's been a long time, and I'm not blaming anyone. Like, I follow a lot of people. There's a lot of people that mutually follow me. We also don't get rated very often on this channel. I couldn't tell you the last time we got rated by anyone. So, that's another problem. We don't get, even though we raid people, a lot of people don't rate us. So, but I know that's harder when you're a smaller channel and we're still kind of small. That bell sounds a lot more muted than it used to. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And then we need this. Oh yeah, because I'm going to have to make that. Whoops, I didn't need that mozzarella. Okay. We got to make that balsamic cream stuff. Well, there's that, and I would hope other people do what I do too, because like if I don't have a mutual person that I follow, that is online to raid, I will go search for like small channels playing the same game as me or just small channels in general. So I will find random people to raid. Like every once in a while I don't, but I will try to go out of my way to find people to raid even if people I follow are not online. And I don't know. I don't know if that's a practice that a lot of people practice very often, but I try to. If one of my people that I follow is not online to raid, I try to do that, but I don't know how many people do. So, we're trying. It's unfortunate. But we're trying our best. We're here and we try to have a good time, and I've said this before, with other people that hop my stream. I know I'm not the most dynamic or talkative or funny or, stuff like that, but I try my best because I like getting on here and hanging out with you guys and just kind of chatting about random stuff or chatting about the games we're playing or whatever it is. But I know it's a lot harder if you don't have like something particularly unique, I guess you could say, or dynamic about the way you stream like some people do.
So feel free to get me working on something.
Although it makes me sad some people are bigger and they don't seem to have any respect for the smaller channels anymore. I had one channel which I need to unfollow them because the experience really kind of made me turned off to the whole thing. But it was a bigger channel that I thought was like really funny and really good. And I think I had like 2 or 3 people in my chat at the time that I raided them, but they must have dropped out before the raid completed because by the time it was done, it was only me. And I shouldn't be. Did I turn my volume down? Hold on. Can everybody still hear me? Oh, goodness. Whoop. Okay. Okay, just checking. I was like, did my armpit catch my thing? But it was whoops. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. I'm not muted. let me know if you still have trouble trouble hearing me. Oops. But anyway, it was this streamer that I really like,
I don't have
and
anything to do.
by the time the raid went through, it was just me, unfortunately. And in the, you know how usually people, when someone raids, they're like, "Oh, thank you for the raid," and maybe they'll shout out the person, whatever. This person instead was like, "Oh, thank you for the raid of one," and then just started snickering. And then a couple people in their chat popped off too in a very rude manner. And I was just like, "Yeah, no, I'm never, I'm never raiding this person again." And I haven't watched them since because I just find that a little bit disgusting to me. Like, I understand you're a bigger streamer now and you're fancy and all that, but there is no need to there's no need to be like that. Oh, that's okay. That's what I'm saying, exactly. Yeah.
If you need anything.
Like everyone started out small, and that's what gets me about not like respecting smaller streamers once you get bigger. It's just like you were small once too. There was a time when you didn't have viewers, and yes, you might have risen quicker maybe than other people or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's like there was a time that you were small and you didn't have thousands of people watching you. So I just find that really disrespectful to forget that. Which I don't know if we'll ever be lucky enough to have thousands of people viewing on our channel, but if we ever were lucky enough to get to that point, I would still be respectful and grateful, even if someone streamed me or rated me and it was just them, or it was just 2 or 3 people. Like, that's still people, and those channels matter too. Like, there's room for everyone, and yeah, that just super duper turned me off when that
I
person
need
did
a
that.
challenge.
So yeah, I hate talking about that stuff because I feel like I'm talking bad about other streamers, but I just find that to be disrespectful behavior. And like I said, this person is a bigger streamer too. Someone that has a lot of people watching them, and it was just very disappointing to see that behavior, to see them not only not check the people in their chat, but to do what they did. Well, I'm glad you fixed your haunted sound. Sorry about that. You panicked me for a second. I was like, oh man, have I been talking for like 20
I don't
minutes
know
and I
what to work
accidentally muted myself with my armpit? Because I use like a Turtle Beach headset and my volume is like right under my arm, so it's possible that I would have. Oh wait, let me take this off for a second. Hold on. I forgot the garlic. I forgot my garlic. Hold on a second. Thought I had that. Oh. Crap, I might have to start over. Okay, anyway.
Do you need my help for anything?
But yeah. Anyway, on to another topic. Has anyone, I don't know if everybody in here uses TikTok. I know Spirit and I do. But has anyone been gonna get overloaded with like videos about cavers lately? Like, I didn't pick them. I don't usually seek out those videos. Like, by cavers, I mean, just to describe it if you're unaware, those people that will go like cave exploring as like a thrill, but they'll go into those really small, like airtight, those like claustrophobic caves. I've been getting a lot of it. Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me. I've been getting a lot of videos about that lately, and I'm just like, why? My claustrophobia could never. But I see these videos, and I'm just like, Like, why are people. Why? Like, I don't. And don't get me wrong, I understand that not everyone has claustrophobia. So it's not a problem for everybody. And some people just aren't scared of that kind of stuff. But why on God's green earth, you know? Caves are cool. Like the hometown Spirit and I are from, we have a cave that's like a tourist attraction. And if it's a cave that's wide open that I can walk through and there's no issue of me like getting back out, I don't have a problem with it. It's these caves that are like turn into little, you know, tunnels where you can't breathe and I'm just like, why? Even if you don't have claustrophobia or any kind of fear like that, like why would you ever put yourself in that position is what I don't understand. But I've been getting so many of these videos and I'm just like, why are you doing this to me? Why, FYP? I didn't ask for these caving videos. I don't know why you're showing them to me. There must just be like an uptick of them trying to push that content. I don't know why. But I don't know how people do that. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they'll look at these little tiny passages and go, yeah, why not? And because the only way I would ever force myself, and this would only be in an act of desperation where I, you know, might possibly have no other choice. If I happened to be in a cave and the entrance that I came in from caved in and my only option was to go farther inside, you know, I guess I'd have to do it or die. I don't know. But otherwise, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not going farther than I can fit. And yet these people, I just saw a video before we started streaming. It was like a guy, which first of all, if you're a bigger person, I would recommend not doing this as a hobby anyway. It was like a 6 foot 220 pound dude, and he got caught in this cave and like died because they had to like change the walls, that, you know, they had to like chisel him out basically, and by the time they got him out it was too late. Why are you doing that? You are too big for that, sir. But even if you're a tiny person, you don't know what could go wrong. Oh no, really?
I don't have anything.
I
to
didn't
do.
know you can see when people lurk and I didn't know you could do that. How do you even do that? I mean, I can see, like, obviously when I'm streaming with you guys, I can see his viewer count, so I always assume if like the number goes up and then down and someone didn't speak that someone's lurking. But like how would you know who it was though? I didn't even know you could do that. But yeah, see, that's another example of incredible rudeness cuz like you might have been a potential follower or subscriber that maybe really liked their channel and then they showed themselves and it's just like, well,
Very well, chef.
never mind.
That's my speciality. You're going to love it.
I'll go ahead and let me go ahead and wash this. I didn't know you could do that. Huh. I'll have to investigate that because I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, back to the caving thing though. I just don't like watching videos of it gives me anxiety. Like the videos where you see the people doing that and stuff. Like there's one incident I've seen multiple videos on it, not just recently, but just, you know, accidentally. It was like a few years ago, the Nutty Putty Cave incident. I don't know if anybody's seen videos on that, but basically this guy, I think it was like Thanksgiving or something. Some kind of holiday was happening, but he decided to go caving with somebody. And right? And they went into this cave tunnel. Yes. And they went into this cave and he got stuck upside down. And they tried to pulley system for hours and hours and they couldn't get him out. And finally they had to give up and he died in there and they just like filled in the cave and left his body in there. Because they couldn't get him out. And yeah, they sealed off the cave to make sure no other idiot people went in there and got stuck. And they just left his body in there. And I understand logistically, like that's an issue. It would be difficult to get out. Um, but I can't even imagine being that guy's kids though. Knowing your father's body is just stuck in a cave for eternity. You can never bury him or anything like that. He's just there and you can't get him out. It's like, hmm. But I think he went with his brother or his brother-in-law or something. It was a family member. But yeah, he was going down. If I remember correctly, he was going down this passageway that he thought was a specific labeled passageway that he knew about, and it turned out it wasn't. It was a different one. And so the diameter of the passage was not what he expected, and then he got stuck upside down. And there was no leverage for him to back out. And then, like I said, they tried to jerry rig like a pulley system in there to get him out, but the pulley system broke, and then they couldn't put it back again. So, so yeah, now he's just hanging out in that cave forever because they sealed it off, and that's just how it is. I wish there was a rule that unless a cave has been like completely mapped out, I would hope so. That's the least they could do. I feel like there should be a rule unless a cave's been like completely mapped out and or like I'm not saying you can't have the small pathways for people that want a little bit of a thrill, but I think it should be a rule that if it's a cave with passageways that are so small that you have to like exhale all the air from your lungs to fit, or if you are of a certain size you're immediately going to get stuck, like if it's that small, those caves should just not be allowed to be explored in. And I know even if it was against the law, you'd still have those people that would break the law and do it, but I don't know. I would hope maybe that would save some people from, dying. Yeah, well, my thing is, because I'm a little bit of a bigger person as well, even if I was like a skinny mini, if I was like 100 pounds and I could, like, use my hands to go around my entire waist, even if I was a small person, I wouldn't do that. Like I could be an itty bitty and I still wouldn't oh, I got to put it together, my bad. I still wouldn't do that as a hobby. That's the same with like skydiving and stuff. Like any hobbies that could potentially cause my death if one thing were to go wrong, I'm just not interested in. And I know thrill seeking is a thing, and like the people that do that, they like that kind of
So
stuff.
feel free to get me working on something.
But yeah, I'm just not a thrill seeker, and I have too many fears anyway. But yeah, I'll just stick with the safe hobbies that I won't potentially die from, hopefully. So, but yeah, the caving videos freak me out. Like, I can't. And I don't know why TikTok is pushing cave videos so hard right now, but I've seen so many in the past like couple weeks, whereas before I didn't see any.
Great service.
And I'm just
Well
like,
done,
why are
everyone.
these happening? Wow, that service took me way longer than it should have. I'm sorry, guys. We were chatting and I kept getting distracted. Uh, but yeah, like, yeah, and even roller coasters are hard for me. Not for Spirit because she doesn't have this problem, but even roller coasters are a difficult one for me because I'm afraid of heights. It was many, many, many years before I would even get on what I call a standard roller coaster, the ones that just you know, are standard, like maybe go forward and backwards, but no upside down, no loops, no limbs hanging out. I can't do any of that. But it was forever before let me check that recipe. It was forever before I could even do those. And Spirit was partially to help with that. I've gone on roller coasters without her, but what recipe is that it wants me to unlock? Well, what was it, like lemon butter or something? Hold on. Yes. And we've gone to theme parks and stuff and gotten on some roller coasters and my other thing is, which luckily we went to Disney for vacation, so it wasn't as big an issue. Unfortunately for my husband, it was because he's a bigger gentleman, but my husband's also very tall, which he can't do anything about the tall part. So he unfortunately couldn't get on some of the stuff with us. But yeah, you definitely worry as a bigger person that you're not going to be able to fit on stuff. And I'm glad I didn't massively have that problem with Disney. Although I will say there was one roller coaster we got on that I just barely fit, but it was very small. Like, I'm kind of shocked I fit, to be honest, but I did. It was fun, but oh man, my knees. Like, the lap bar wasn't even the problem for me on that ride. It was I had too much, almost had too much thigh. Because the way the seat and everything was set up, it squeezes your legs completely together. And I almost had too much thigh to fit. Like, just barely. There was no extra room. So at least I knew I was secure. Yes. At least I knew I was secure and I wasn't going anywhere, that's for sure. I felt a lot more secure on that little coaster than I did on other ones. But but yeah, they're definitely fun. Like, I still feel that little peak because Spirit knows, because that one we rode on vacation that I had so much fun on, but holy crap. Um, I still have that little peak of fear because, once again, I am afraid of heights, and you know how all the roller coasters have that first initial drop where they take you up real slow and then they drop you down? It's always that one that gets me because they do it slowly. So you feel your butt kind of rise up off the chair a little bit, and you're like, ah. And also, for all of us millennials, Spirit knows what I'm talking about. There's also the fact that, like, Final Destination movies are ingrained in our DNA at this point. So in certain situations, we always think of those. So I always think of that one Final Destination movie where the roller coaster goes off the track and everyone dies. So that doesn't help either. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I wish there was a way, like, for all rides to have, like, wheelchair accessibility and stuff. Because I know some rides don't, and I wish that was just, like, standard practice. I know they try their best. I don't know where that recipe is that I have to unlock. Yes. Spirit Night, yep. We still have the log truck fear. We still don't follow log truck, roller coasters. Yes, that is a good thing. I'm sure there's other oh, the escalator with the shoelace where the girl's shoelace got caught. Whenever I get on an escalator and I have hanging shoelaces, I always look at my feet. I get paranoid that I'm going to get stuck. Um, I'm sure there are many others that I can't remember off the top of my head at this moment. Yeah. Like, unless I am, unless there's no other option and I have to follow behind a log truck, yeah, we're not doing it. And if I do have to, we're staying a ways back from it. I know. I don't know why. They want to traumatize a new generation, I guess. Oh yeah, I should probably order my groceries. I knew I forgot to do something. Hello. But yeah, I'm sure those movies probably contributed to a lot of the fears that I have about stuff, I'm sure.
What do you need today?
I'm sure they did.
I do the rounds of the suppliers and then deliver to you.
Okay, we'll wait for the stuff to arrive and then we'll finish our time travel. But yeah, I guess they want to traumatize a whole new generation of youth by having a new one come out. Because I saw that and I was like, oh no. Why? Why are you doing this to a new generation of people? Oh, but oh well. Yeah, you're coming in towards the end of our time. But at least you made it. Right? I always remember, not that I ever tanned, but I also remember the tanning bed one. Just popped into my head with the two girls. Luckily, I never tanned, so that one was never a real fear for me. But it was still terrible.
Captain, I've delivered your order.
Woohoo! Ah, very valid reason. That is a valid reason not to have been hanging. We are okay with that. Okay. Now we can finish time skipping. Oh, nice. Yeah, Spirit and I are gonna go out later and get some treats. Wink, wink. Get a treat for ourselves that we've had to keep rescheduling because of weather and/or sickness. Yep, we got snow where we are too, which luckily today most of it should melt because I think it's supposed to be like 60 degrees. So we should be good. Oh, hold on. Someone made a reservation for tonight, but they have special requests. Okay. Okay. Yeah, most of it will be melted today. Definitely the rest of it will be done tomorrow. Which, speaking of Spirit, which I didn't think of it when you guys were here for dinner, we'll have to lock in our chit chat about the dumpster thing, and see how we want to take care of that. Because yeah, we definitely need to get the garbage out of our garage. Because we have a bad habit when we take groceries down there, like the paper bags you get from Aldi. We've just been piling them in the garage, which is not helping. Yeah, we can play more of this tomorrow. I will try to remember, but we should be able to. Ta-da! Mm-hmm. Well, we have those, and like, the cat litter containers. We need to get rid of those and other trash and stuff. But we just want to get most of our garage cleaned out to be able to use our garage. And we have stuff in the back of the garage that we haven't been able to access for a while because stuff's been piling up in the front, blah, blah, blah. So if we were in a dumpster, we can all just get rid of all of our trash at the same time. All right.
You know what I can do, so feel free to get me working on something.
Sir, could you stop looking so depressed?
I love working with that ingredient. You know me well. I love that ingredient.
I should definitely recycle plastic bags, and I just don't. Which, Spirit and I also do that millennial thing where we like hoard plastic bags in case you might need a plastic bag or you use them for trash bags or whatever. So that's why most of mine don't end up getting recycled. They end up getting used as trash bags. I was gonna say, if our litter containers were empty, I would totally do that. But we use them for like the bad litter and stuff that's packed into them, so they're not empty. We use them for poo disposal. But I'll try to remember that going forward because we've had to get the bag litter recently because we were getting the Sam's brand kitty litter, and now they've stopped selling it. I don't know what's going on with Sam's with that, but they seem to be
I love cooking that.
like getting rid of a lot of their store brand stuff, and I don't know why. Those and like the wet wipes for the bathroom, we used to get their brand, and they don't sell it anymore. I don't know what's going on with that. Yep, see, grocery bags have a multitude of uses. Demi, I love how you've just continued to be Holiday Demi. That's just your permanent now. Okay, he's got those. Actually, let me go ahead and get the other stuff. Mm-hmm. Which we usually end up paying for them anyway, just because we do the grocery pickup. So, actually, I probably needed one of those, but that's fine. Okay. Oh, good question. June doesn't have any holidays, does it? Oh, you're excited for Tuesday? Is something awesome happening on Tuesday?
I need a
Oh
challenge.
yeah, I forgot Juneteenth is a holiday now. Gosh, is there any month that doesn't have a holiday? Because now that you say that, I'm like, wait, is there any that doesn't? Is it August? Okay. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I had thought about taking my birthday off this year, but I don't think I'm going to because my birthday falls on a Monday, so technically I could celebrate it
I'm available if you need any.
uh the day before. Yep, Spirit and I are also June babies. Oh yeah, we need to add that command into our thing.
Right away, chef.
I need to add some more commands. Because I know Spirit has access to that, but I need to do that. So I'll have to look on our, what's it called, Nightbot. I am going to, since that seems to be the pattern I've been liking best, I'm going to aim for, I'm going to aim for afternoon tomorrow. So 2:33, somewhere around there, is what I'm going to aim for. Hopefully, hopefully. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, now we gotta make another one of those. And I'll work on the other thing while we are waiting for this to
I don't
cook.
know what to work on.
I'm gonna need you to chill, sir. Whoops. There we go. I know you're just so sad and despondent that you don't have anything to work on. I understand. I understand, I understand. Okay, and then I gotta make the cream stuff. Let me go ahead and put the butter in there. Put this over here. Go ahead and set my stuff down for that. I think I'm gonna wait to start that because that requires me to stir. So we'll go ahead and let this finish cooking.
Do you need my
I
help for
know. I
anything?
wish I could, which I'm sure these games, like, I know there's one cooking game. It's not this one, although this one's close. There's one cooking game that does give you, like, the step-by-steps of the recipe, so you could do it yourself, that I played a while back. I don't think I've ever played it on stream, but I played it on my personal playing time. But I'm sure you could find these recipes and attempt them. I'm just not sure. I like food, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I look at some food and I'm just like, that might be too fancy for me. That might be too fancy for my person. Oh yeah, Spirit told me about that.
You
They
know
just
I
be
can make
adding
house, right?
everybody.
I'm serving it.
Which I'm surprised they weren't already in the game, honestly. Oh, whoops. But that's great that they're getting added. Okay, well before we while we're finishing our last restaurant day, are there any other fears or phobias that we need to discuss? Yeah, I want the capybara. Because we've discussed caving. We've discussed Final Destination. What else have we talked about today? All kinds of things that make you uncomfortable to live. Oh, man. Oh, that's nice.
I don't have anything to do.
Oh, perhaps I should stir my... Whoops. I was watching you guys chatting and didn't do my stir. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a what I like to call, which this is not an insult, because these games are great. Dreamlight Valley is in the same realm as like Sims and stuff for me. The brain rot games. You can just accidentally play them for hours and be like, whoops. I have wasted an entire day on this. Okay, now we can make the... Oh, of course that last table would be 4 people. But of course. You're not afraid of clowns except one clown? What clown in particular are you afraid of? Oh, that's fair. I feel like that's a
I need
fair one.
challenge.
If you're gonna be afraid of one clown, that one's absolutely fair. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of clowns per se, but I do find them unnerving sometimes. Okay. Let me have him do another
You know
garlic,
I
another
love
fennel.
prepping fish. Chef,
And do I need... Yes, we do need fish. Okay. I'm gonna have you also prep me some fish real quick.
that's my specialty. You're
So
going
we'll
to love it.
let him prep real quick while I clean up. this one real quick. Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and get the other. So all I need is the pepper, right? Because he's doing the garlic and the other stuff. Some peppers. And then once he's got the fish, we'll be good to go. Might get another pot out here because I might try to simultaneously. Oh, we've got another table this time. It's not stopping at 3. Well... Yeah, now I'm trying to think of horror movie characters that scare me.
Do you need my help for anything?
Like, I want to be thinking about that on a sunny Sunday morning. I used to be... It's not as bad now. That one is a scary one. But, and Spirit knows this one, but like, Chucky used to scare me when I was a kid. But that's because I had a horrible parent that showed me that movie back when I was a small child that also had dolls that were the size of me. So because she did that, I was afraid of it for the longest time. Now I'm just kind of like, eh. Although I would say, if anyone ever got me a Chucky or a Tiffany doll as a prank or a joke, I was gonna say no, not Dad. No, he would not be that irresponsible. If anyone got me one of those dolls as a prank or a joke, I'm immediately setting it on fire. Like, it's not coming in my house. It's just not happening. Oh, did I forget? Did I forget something? Did I forget some oil? Oh, I guess I need oil. But yeah, other than that, it's not as bad of a fear now. But I'm gonna let this get a little ahead of itself. I think what also helped me with that fear is that a lot of like the later movies took on like kind of a humorous kind of tone. So it took some of the, oh, I did just think of a movie that like still scares me that's older. Especially considering the marketing at the time, because I was like a teenager or like a child when it came out, and the marketing really worked at the time if you didn't know what was going on. But Blair Witch Project, the original one.
Know what to work on.
That movie still kind of freaks me out a little bit, not gonna lie. That one gets me. It still gets me. Let me do a stir. Let me do a season on this real quick. But yeah, Blair Witch Project gets my butt every single time. That movie still freaks me out, to be honest. I haven't watched it in years, but I'm still like, eh. There's just something about, and like I said, I also think too, what added to the fear of it is that I grew up when it came out, so when that marketing that they did was fresh,
I don't have anything to do.
and people genuinely thought that like the people from the movie were missing, and we all thought it was real. Yeah. That helped. That definitely helped their ambiance and stuff, for sure. Jennifer's Body was decent. I remember that movie getting a lot of flack when it came out, but it's not that bad. Oh, yeah, Pet Sematary is bad, too. Yep. Forgot about Pet Sematary. Forgot about that one. Ugh. Yep. Now, see, some of those kind of got me because I've seen most of Saw movies, and I will say some of the traps are a little cringy for me. They get me. I still think
I'm
about them.
available if you need anything. Yes, sir. Working with that ingredient is so fun.
I will say. Paranormal Activities. Now, that one, because that series got overdone is the problem. Because like the first one of those, I found very scary, but after that, it just kind of got old. And harkening back to Blair Witch Project, what was that sequel that they did? Was it in 2016? I can't remember. But it was supposed to be like a direct sequel. I thought that was pretty decent as well. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as the first one, obviously, because the element of, surprise and everything is not really there anymore. But those names sound familiar, but I cannot recall them. But I think I might have seen them. And then there's some horror movies that are just bad. Like there was one which it was a remake of a Japanese one, so that should have tipped me off immediately. I think I saw it in high school, like 06, 07. I remember I went to a theater with a friend to see it, and there was literally no one in the theater. It was just the two of us. So that should have tipped us off. But it was like a remake of a Japanese horror movie, and it was bad. Like we were laughing. We were laughing in the movie, and like I said, no one else was in the theater, so if that tells you anything about how good and or bad it was. Yeah. Okay, so I guess that doesn't lose temperature. But yeah, I tell you, it's not good when
You
you're
know what I
laughing.
can do, so feel free to get me working on something.
It's not good when you're laughing in the theater. You know what movie? You remember in the early 2000s when like every movie had a video game, even movies that didn't need one? There was one horror movie, and I was so ticked that it didn't have its own video game because it was the one where it made total sense. And it was, and I like it as a horror movie. It was. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If not, I will explain it.
Makes me want to eat it.
But it was this horror movie called Stay Alive, and it was literally them playing a video game that killed people. Like, that's what it was. And I was just like, you kidding me? They didn't make a video game for this? We need to play more Resident Evil too.
I love working with that ingredient. Working with that ingredient is so fun.
But yeah, Stay Alive was literally, it's like this group of friends that get this video game, and it was a video game based on, which obviously they made up some hoopty-ha for the movie. But in the video game, you're like exploring this abandoned castle that the ghost of Elizabeth Bathory is haunting. And for anyone that doesn't know who that is, it's like this historical countess that supposedly killed a bunch of like young servant girls from the village because she thought bathing in their blood would make her stay young. I believe that's for speculation, but it was based on that, and like they would slowly die playing the video game, and it was really good. And I was like, that is the perfect movie that should have had an accompanying video game. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. It's just like, what a golden opportunity wasted there. I know. I hate that he does that. And this is why when I get the other chefs, like in my other game that I was playing already, this is why he got regulated to dishwashing, because he complains. He gripes and complains, and I'm like, sir, I know you want stuff to do. I totally get it, but I got nothing for you right now. But yeah, to this day, I'm still irked that that movie didn't have a video game. Still irked. Right? It's like, I'm gonna regulate you to the frickin' back. I'm telling you right now.
I need a challenge.
If you don't get your stuff together, sir. I was gonna say Spirit should be able to get that. Listen, our auto mod's a little touchy, but it's trying to do its job. Which is why we got mods like Spirit in here to be like, hey, these messages are okay. Because those messages are totally fine. It flagged shut up. Yeah, it flagged that term for an aggressive term. Which, fair, because in the right context we don't want, or in the wrong context we wouldn't want the shut ups, but in the instance of this context we're going to permit it.
I don't know what to work on.
We don't stream live on YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel, so, which I was talking about earlier. So all of the yes, so all the videos or all the Twitch streams that we do on here with you guys, we do put on the YouTube channel. So, you know, if you end up missing a stream and you want to catch up or whatever the case may be, we do post them on the YouTube. I've never streamed live on YouTube. Maybe one day, but at the moment, primarily we stream live on here. You can go through our library of playlists. Everything's separated into playlists. So if you're looking for a specific game that we've played or something like that, we have playlists and everything set up. So if you want to catch up or see other streams that we've done, or like I said, if you miss a stream and you're like, oh shoot, I really want to watch it, it is on the YouTube. I don't know if Spirit has the link to the YouTube handy, but what is my name on YouTube? I believe it's Blue Rose 8147, I want to say, because I had to put a number behind my name on some of my platforms. So it might be. I'll check. Well, there you go. You can catch up on all the adventures we've had. We've had quite a few, because I've been streaming since December of 2023, so we've got quite a few going on. That's what I thought too. I thought it would help, you know, and maybe if we get a decent amount of thank you, Blue Rose 0623. Okay, Blue Rose 8147 is my name on Xbox. That's where that came from.
Do you need my help?
But yeah, maybe one day too, if we get a bunch of subscribers on there, we can monetize that, and maybe sometimes I'll venture out and do some live streams on that. But at the moment, we're just primarily on here. Let me flour this real quick. But we have many a playlist. We have played many a game on here. Some that are staples, some we've played a couple times, all that good stuff. I was going to say, we were talking about this earlier, and it's not... Average viewers on here is not the issue anymore that's keeping us from affiliate. It's chat engagement. We're under the 3 average chat engagement. Every other condition we have met currently. from what I can see on my account. So it's only the chat engagement that's not met of having like 3 or more people, simultaneously going. So, oh, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Although, she just subscribed instead of followed, so we might have met our chat engagement, guys. Oh my goodness, I'll have to check. We will have to check, because I might have spoken over myself. Well, now I'm super excited. We're going to have to look. If I just left my... Wait. No. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That might have been the sub it just told us. I will peek. But anyway, if that's not the case, or that is the case, it's our chat engagement on here. So I will check. Because that might have told me about her sub on YouTube. Which is fine. But yeah, I will peek after this stream. But I think we're doing pretty good. What do I have left to do? What is he not fixed for me? Okay, I have the stuff for the Caprese. Except for the cream stuff. Put that right here. Put this over here. I understand the feeling, for sure.
You know what I can do, so feel free to get me working on something.
That's how I feel. It very much feels like, which like I said, I think there's room for everybody. But yeah, it very much feels like, if you don't have something particularly unique, or you're really funny, or, something like that, that you kind of end up getting overlooked. You and the papers, please. Okay, cool. I didn't realize it tells me when people subbed on YouTube on here. Didn't realize my settings did that. So yeah, we'll just have to work on our chat engagement on here, guys. That's all. That's okay. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. So that's all that matters. I just think it's funny why you enjoy it. But yeah, we'll get there, guys. We'll get there on here. And we'll work on our chat engagement. And we'll get there at some point. Yes, that game is routinely mess-ups. Although we've done good the last couple streams. So, we're getting better. We haven't been kicked out yet.
You know I can help out, right?
Yes, sir. I'm aware that you can help out. Did I have basil? I do not have basil. Let me grab that. Basil! Basil, basil, basil. Oh, wrong stick. There we go. Do do do.
You know what I can do, so feel free to
Do
get
do
me
do
working
do
on
do
something.
do 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 boop. Okay. Alright, now we can compile this. Oh, you want me to do the papers, please, now? Oh boy. And hopefully we don't crash out and get killed for insubordination. All
I'm available
right.
if you need anything.
I'll take that.
Serve the dish. Yes, hopefully we don't blow up the company.
That looks delicious, chef.
That
Another
looks
exhausting
We do
service,
not want that.
but it's a good kind of exhausting.
In the least bit. Woohoo! Did good there. Something up here. And now he's cleaning. All right. Okay. So now that service is done. All right. They doing pretty good. I think I heard Prometheus get up a few minutes ago. He slept a little late, so. Which is totally fine. It's the weekend. We're allowed. Is he closing again today? I assume so, since it's 11. Yep, all appliances are still working. But alright, guys, we made a little bit of progress today. Not doing too bad. Doing pretty good. So, I will go ahead and let you guys go for the day. And we will be on again tomorrow. Like I said, aiming for afternoon since that seems to be what I prefer lately. If you don't see me popping on in the afternoon, it'll probably be in the evening then, but probably afternoon. Um, so yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope everyone has a good Sunday, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.